Have you ever had the urge to subject yourself to mass amounts of pain and stress for little to no reward? Well, I have, and today we'll be breaking down if it was worth the time and effort. An event whereby you are given a certain amount of time, along with a topic, to create an entire game from scratch before jamming the game into the faces of whoever might be judging it. And if those judges deem you worthy, you are crowned victorious. This is what is known as a game jam. And before taking part in one, I spent a fair amount of time deciding if it was worth the stress that it would no doubt add to my life. So I thought it would be a good idea to share with you good people the outcome, and whether or not I think I would ever take part in one again. Before we get onto that though, I just wanted to say a massive thank you for 1k subs, which is actually 1.1k subs at the time of posting this video. I appreciate you more than you know, and your support means the world to me. The urge to discover. What a badass topic, right? Well, this was the topic of the Essay Game Jam 2021. 48 hours to create a game which would pique the interests of gamers enough to have them explore and discover a world created by me and my buddy Captain Dipstick. Thank goodness for him. I'm not quite sure how I would have gotten anything half playable released without his help. You can find his Twitch linked in the description down below, by the way. Check him out. Trust me, it's worth it.
Nice. Where's this bear? Oh shit.
Deadline away, topic in hand, off we went, ready to brainstorm. Now, as you can imagine, with a topic so great, ideas were flowing. At some point we had so many that we needed to rein it in, until Captain Dipstick said something to silence the room. What if our character was a sock? Wait, now hear me out. Not just any sock, but a lost sock, who we could call Sock Boy, who was traveling through a world of lost items in an effort to figure out why he felt so lost. I know what you're thinking. Never has there been a deeper, more mature story told, and with our glorious story decided upon, Captain Dipstick set off on his way to take care of the art and creating an immersive world for our players to get lost in, whilst I took on the challenge of coding the mechanics. At the point of this game jam, I had been itching to make a grapple mechanic, and I've been fiddling with the idea of portals too. 6 hours into the jam marked the end of the first evening, at which point our progress looked pretty strong. Strong is relative, I know, but when I say I'd been itching to make a grapple mechanic, I mean I'd been thinking about it for about a month. This leads me to one of the biggest plus sides to partaking in game jams. If you're anything like me, you spend a lot of time thinking about the best way to do something, which in most cases ends up being overkill anyway. But in the case of a game jam, you don't have time to overthink something. You just have to go with it and code away. Granted, at the end of the jam, you might not like the way the code looks, but you'll definitely have a better idea of how to implement something than you did before. You'll learn what caused you pain from this implementation and make it better in the final one. With that said, off to bed I went. I woke feeling restless, bright and early, stressed as could be. See, I struggled to sleep. I couldn't stop thinking of ideas and things I wanted to add to the game. But with so little time, how on earth do we get it all done? I hopped into a call with Captain Dipstick, and he quickly eased my stress by telling me that he'd spent a bit more time working on an animation for Sock Boy. After seeing this animational work of art, we shared a fair amount of laughter, my heart rate slowed, and we got to chatting about what we wanted to accomplish for the rest of the day. Captain Dipstick set off to start working on the art for the collectibles and environment, and fiddling with the game mechanics. I thought it would be cool to have platforms that you could pick up and drop to help the player navigate our world. I would also need to start thinking about level design, and we came to the conclusion that it would be a nice mechanic to have the collectibles enable a portal that the player could jump into to get to the next level in the game. So here's more stuff we were forced to learn. I've never completely designed a level for a platformer, and Captain Dipstick had never created art for a game. By the end of the second day, we had made huge progress. We'd implemented most of the art and mechanics, and some interesting things popped up along the way that we'd not even considered at the start. We would need a dialogue system for the narrative. It gets a bit annoying if your character falls off a platform and you have no way of getting back to a checkpoint of some kind. I mean, our implementation of checkpoints weren't exactly high grade. They were simply colliders, and if you collided with the checkpoint, we would store that transform, and if you happen to fall off a platform, what do you know, another collider, and if you make contact with it, it changes the position of the character to the last stored one. Our implementation of the dialogue system was basically stolen from brackeys, and included more colliders which triggered the start and end of dialogues. As midnight beckoned, my brain was pretty fried, and I was ready for bed. We decided that we would need to sort out the audio and clean up the dialogue with what remained of the next day. We also added some polish like glowing lights and general UI for managing sound and exiting, though I'm not sure why you would want to quit such a thrilling gaming masterpiece. To be honest, there is no dramatic end to the story. With more than 6 hours to spare, we were done. Sure, there were bits that could have been improved, but mentally, we were done. And we had a playable, published game, which you can find linked on itch in the description below. Give it a shot and let us know what you think in the comments down below. As for if I would do another game jam again, yes, definitely yes. Not for a few months though, that's for sure. I mean, my brain was so done that I haven't looked at game dev since we published the game. But what we learned in those short 48 hours made every bit of stress worth it. Let me know about your game jam experiences down in the comments below. Until then though, I'll catch you on the next one.